Okay, today's an exciting day because I have the Kredit MD himself, Mr. Jay Woodfin.
What's going on, man? What's up,
Jay,
dude?
there you go. High five, Jay. High five. I love your legend. Jay, I've been wanting this for a while, by the way. So I'm excited because credit, it rules our lives.
Yep.
We have good days, we have bad days, we have good credit, we have amazing credit, we have bad credit. I'm working on my credits, so I want you to edutain us in a sense of the best practices, ways to improve, what you see we do that we shouldn't be doing, that kind of scenario. So let's get this going. And by the way, guys, if you want to reach out to Jay, he is a business. All of his details will be in the description box below. His social media, his calendar to schedule some time with you, right, Jay? I've seen Jay's calendar. It's busy, it's hectic. You just came off a call right now, right, Jay?
Yeah, man. That's a blessing too, man. Being busy like that and having no time at all, it's a wonderful problem to have, man. Lots of people have too much time on their hands. You know what I mean? Oh,
Awesome. Let's get
my bad.
started.
Okay,
So
sounds
Jay,
good.
thank you so much, Jay. Let's get started, Jay. So Jay, I love your title, Kredit MD. Let's go from the beginning of where you started your career and where you are right now. Let's get kind of a quick intro into what that looks like, Jay.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's just go all the way back, right? So I've been a businessman all of my, I won't even say adult life, even from the time I was 13 years old when I was buying blow pops from Albertsons before junior high school for 25 cents and selling them at school for a dollar. So I've always been a real entrepreneur. When I got out of the military at 22, I opened up an insurance brokerage, and that ended up turning into two, one in Los Angeles, one in Riverside, California. Um, at that time, I was doing really good business. I kind of ran my business through dealerships and through real estate offices, including loan officers as well. And in that process, I had gained a lot of knowledge about credit. I wasn't using my own knowledge, but I had gained a lot of knowledge. So what ended up happening was I would get calls from real estate agents, loan officers, even my dealership owners, and say, "Hey, man, I have a client with this. You and I have had some good conversations about credit. What do you think? What do you think about this file? What do you think about this? Or what can they do to get a few points here or there?" And I just kind of wasn't really thinking much about the information I was giving out. I was just giving out the information. And one day, one of my buddies, who was at that time working for another mortgage company, uh, told me, he said, "Man, you should really think about like doing that for a profession. You're a good business owner. Think you can make some money, man, helping people with their credit." And I'm like, "Man, don't nobody do that, dude. Who pays for for credit help or whatever? You guys ask me and I tell you."
Right,
And
precisely. Yeah, yeah.
he's like, "Nah, man, you've helped me land some deals, dude. I'm sure there's a business in there for you." And so I started to look into the credit repair industry. Now, with that being said, my credit itself was terrible. I had made some mistakes when I was super young, and hadn't really thought about like trying to fix it because I didn't really know that fixing credit was a thing. I had learned good credit habits over time, but it was kind of too late for me.
Got it,
So I
Jay.
said, you know what? What if I do some research on this, and this is really a thing, maybe I can fix my own credit. And so I went on basically a crusade to get myself in order. And if I could do that,
Nice.
I could use the things that I learned to help other people way beyond what I had been doing with basic info. Man, I took myself from the high 420s to now I'm sitting at right around 800. I'm always between 800 and 820. So, I took that information, Kevin, I just used it, man. I used it and I honed it. It took me about 6 years to do myself, right? And that's me bumping my head along the way, right? But I learned what not to do in that process. And
First of
since,
all, I love it was 420.
but, oh, I didn't, I never even thought
I
about that, man.
love
You're the
that.
first person who's brought that up.
I love that. Hey, let's be honest here. So I'm all about medicinal purposes, and I do take CBD myself.
Not mad at you.
And I'm a very big advocate for it, for anything that has purpose in life, Jay. Not abuse, but the use. But I just like 420. But Jay, I'm sorry, buddy, because I am there. I'm now reaching into high 500s. But to be honest with you, since 2008, when I lost everything, I didn't
Yeah.
care. I lost all faith. I lost all. I mean, I can sell now like crazy because I'm not going to say no to a commission paycheck. That's just, that, of course, because that's what pays the bills. But my credit, I couldn't give a damn. Now listen, I care. But Jay, I was in the 400s for 7, maybe even, since 2008. Because I lost the home and everything, and the business and the jobs, and it was terrible. Man, but you actually took the initiative and you educate yourself, and now you've gone from being a person selling insurance to now being a fixer. Really, you're kind of a fixer now, which you're a military guy, but you're a fixer now.
Right, right. You know, the thing about selling insurance, this thing about selling insurance was, you know, it was good money, right? I had great relationships, was making great money, but I wasn't really doing anything. Like I thought about it one day and I'm like, I'm kind of just selling paper. And if somebody has a claim, they may or may not get screwed by the insurance company. Like it started weighing on me, you know what I mean? And then insurance companies have their own weird ways of doing things. So I was like, you know what? I've done it for myself. I realized what I have here, and I can actually help people with this process. So I began working with real estate companies, and then you know the dealerships that I've been working with. So they'd send me their discards, they send me their unqualifieds, they send me, you know, anybody who just didn't have a chance. Man, there's no commission in sight for them, right? It's all hope. And so I started returning people. You know, hey, we went from a 550 to a, you know, a 580, and now you stuff them into a product, right? You get them into a mortgage somehow, and then I keep them on, keep the client on, and they go from 580 to 660. You know what I'm saying? Where they can buy a new home with down payment assistance, or they can refi the product now, or refi the mortgage now. And so the loan officers I was working with are like, man, you know, I've made a couple of checks from you from just one customer. Like this process you have is pretty good. And so I really kind of just I turned my whole business from being more so consumer based to actually being mortgage based, being real estate based, because this is what I've become good at.
I do hear that about you. I do like that about you. What I also see is you've become massively purposeful, Jay.
Yeah.
You seem like a sincere man, which I love and appreciate. But I'm telling you something right now, just hearing you, Jay, what you're doing is bringing so much contribution to the table to fix people's lives, because America is all driven on credit, on everything. Even when you want to open up a bank account, even when you want to
apply for a job.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're looking at everything. Now, coming from Australia and even Southern Africa, it's more a referral base. So they go to your previous tenants, your previous landlords. Did Kevin pay his payment? Like, yes, he did. Great. He gets the new loan or whatever it may be. They look at your financial statements, of course, and so forth. But in America, it's a whole nother level. It's all about the bloody credit score. And I can't stand it, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have to work with it.
Yeah. You know what a lot of people don't understand, and you know, a lot of people are like I was, or like you know, like you were, where you know bad things happen, right, or life happens, and then your credit goes sideways, and then there's no hope all of a sudden. So what do? You give up. You learn how to operate on cash, and that becomes your life. And what that does, Kevin, is it puts your ceiling there. You know what I mean? There's only so much that cash is going to be able to do for you. At some point, like you said, credit becomes the thing. And for me, it became a major issue when I wanted to start investing in real estate. You know, I had a ton of cash, but I didn't have enough cash to go buy a $600,000 house.
That's
what
I was going. I was about to say to you, Jay, that's my problem is I'm cash driven now. I have one credit card, which is, I keep it always paid no matter what. I never use it, by the way. I just had it because I was helping. But Jay, I want to go buy real estate for my business. I've got a business account. And they say, oh, but we also need to know your credit score. But I'm going, hold on, I'm learning on the value of the property. Oh, yes, but we still need your credit score. So so you are right. We think we can be cash driven, we can't. Eventually we hit that ceiling.
Yeah, man. And so like what I've learned is that there are ways and there are laws to protect people like you and people like myself. Now, do I believe that, you know, a client should be able to, you know, run up a bunch of debt and then just get it all deleted and start life over? Absolutely not. That's not the way I operate my business. But I do believe that there should be a fair and equitable way that collectors go about A, collecting their debt, B, reporting the debt. And so my whole business is driven on how it's reported. Are they doing the right things when they are reporting this debt? I don't absolve people of debt. That's not what I do. I help people get a fresh start on life when things are not being done fairly for them. And that's exactly how it should be operated. So, you know, when it comes to repairing credit, I don't wipe people's credit. I help people use the system and use the laws that are in place to protect them from being taken advantage of for a long period of time, far longer than they should. And I think you've probably dealt with many clients, as I have, that are honestly, Kevin, way beyond the point that they should have paid their dues, you know, for their mistakes when they were 18. No way should any of us have to account for what we've done at 18 when we're 42, when we're 35. We're totally different.
You're a whole new person. That's 20 years ago. You're a whole
right. So I'm a walking, breathing second chance. And you know, if you deserve it, I'm gonna do my best to try to give it to you. That's my
Right,
goal.
absolutely. So Jay, I mean, so now you've become kind of this fixer, right? Just take me through a brief timeline, or kind of the pipeline process of taking something from bad credit. I'm saying like 420 because I have been, I think I've been there before. I've been way down there, Jay. I mean, even worse. I'm almost like 418. This is going back in the day. I've
Right.
not pushed myself into the 500s, but that's just for me because of what I've had to do. Take us in a quick kind of bio, what that looks like to go from bad to good.
Okay, so
Okay.
it depends on the file. Number one, it depends on the file, but there's three portions of
Okay.
repairing credit, right? There is the trying to get things deleted phase, right? In which the client will call me, we'll go through a discovery call or a consultation. I'll look at their file and we'll determine exactly what can be done. You know, if they have bankruptcies, repos, collections, whatever, we go over that process, right? If they decide to do business with me, then what we do is we essentially begin to challenge the legality of the reporting of the bad debt. So we don't try to erase debt. We don't do that, but we definitely deal with the bureaus as in, hey, what information do these companies have on my client in order to be able to legally report it to you guys? And if they don't have the proper information, if they are not dealing with this file properly, please delete the information. That's phase one, trying to get things that are bad taken off the credit report. Phase two is is where a lot of people stop, right? A lot of people never get to phase two. You have yet to get to phase two. It's building credit. A lot of people, when they go through bad credit issues, become so afraid to begin to rebuild credit that they stick with that one emergency credit card. That is not the way to do it.
Oh,
You must rebuild credit. Part three is the education phase of it. If I do my job and I get deletions for you, if
right.
you do your job and you begin to build credit the way I tell you to, the only thing that stops you from going back into, you know, my program again or back into the
Yeah.
situation you're in is education. So we have to educate our society on exactly what credit is. It's no different than having a gun. Guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people. Credit doesn't harm people. People who don't understand it and misuse it harm themselves. And that's the way this works, man. Oh, I'm never dealing with credit again. No, that's not the way to do this, man. It's you need to learn how to operate properly. I'm telling you, Kevin,
Yeah, operate properly because you're kind of operating from fear, which honestly, that's what I
absolutely.
do. I mean, I'm even sometimes scared to look at my bank account. I'm like, oh man, it's like, bills are
Understood.
going up and nothing's coming in, and I've been waiting to close an escrow. And
Right.
so you're right, there is that lack of fear because it paralyzes us, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. You know, and for me, starting over from the secured cards to the, you know, Capital Ones with for $500 with a high interest rate and graduating was a tough process, man, because you have to have faith in a system that honestly doesn't inspire you to have faith in it. But it's a game. And I'm honest with all of my students. I'm honest with all of my clients. I'm going to teach you the game of credit. This is not that serious. I
Game
have
wants to
played the
win.
game. I want you to win, and I can show you because I've done it myself. I went from having negative several, you know, tens of thousands of dollars in credit to
Yeah.
now having open revolving credit cards in the amount of $250,000. It's mine. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I want to, I
Quarter of a
can be
million
my
dollars.
own
That's
bank.
no joke.
I'm
Yeah.
my own bank.
Yeah.
You know, I just got my lawn whatever. I took the real grass out and put fake grass in, man. It was $18,000. Guess what? It went on my Chase card. I paid it off. I got my Chase points. Me and my wife are going to Cancun on the Chase card in
There
February.
you
I
go.
mean, the reality is when you start to live that life, you never go back. It's all a game.
Jay, and what I like what you said is when you educate yourself, you actually elevate yourself. And once you learn something, you can't take that away. You own it forever. So, and it keeps getting better because now that you're in the game, you'll start to see other avenues of opportunity.
Right.
And you learn something new just by chance. Or
Yep.
like, whoa, I just learned I can do this. So
Yep.
now you've been able to go to exponential levels of your business and I've got goosebumps, buddy. Jay,
Yep.
you're amazing, buddy. I got goosebumps there. Sorry, dude. Because I'm thinking, man, you guys have to get a hold of Jay. You got to contact him because I know a lot of you are struggling with your credit, and Jay's the solution. He's got the sacred solution to help you become a better person. Because there's always room for improvement, Jay. None of us are perfect, but we can polish our skills. And part of taking ownership and accountability is improving our credit, which I don't like to say that, but I have to say it because it's true.
Yep, it is. It is true, man. A lot of people are living half their life. You know, a lot of people are living. They have their paychecks, they have their bank accounts, barely, and they spend what they spend, and they never take advantage of the way life is truly set up to go. Banks have put out so many different perk systems. They put out so many different incentive systems, and most of us just ignore it because we know we don't qualify. But what if you could live that different life? What if you could live that life where you're not spending any actual cash to go on trips? You're not spending cash at the grocery store. What if you are making money from spending money? We all deserve that life, man. If we're
Yes,
genuine,
I agree.
sincere people, we all deserve that life, and we should not be kept from that life from mistakes that we made when we were 23.
That's
You know,
beautiful. That's
that's
beautiful.
where I'm at with this, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's all about education.
right. I made mistakes 10 years ago. I had
Right.
a job at Disney. I had a business, a boutique down in Venice Beach.
Mhm.
But then the market crashed. So partly my fault because I was too leveraged. I had some cash, but not
Yep.
enough cash
Right.
not enough cash to carry myself, Jay. And also, I thought my boutique wasn't making money, but it was the ego factor. I've got a boutique in Venice Beach. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Right.
so I had to learn lessons. They were hard lessons to learn, but I still wanted that. There was no benefit to having that.
Right.
It cost me dearly in the long term. That when I did fail, Jay, I mean, I just gave up. I'm just like, you know what I mean? But I have to take
Yep.
accountability and responsibility because that's what a human being, a
Right.
decent human being does is listen, okay, I was ignorant, but let's face facts and let's get into the improvement process. Jay, quickly walk me through, before we end, this is my last question for you, Jay. Walk me through the processes. I contact you, we set a consultation, you're gonna work with me. What does that look like? What are the financial implications and to reap the rewards from working with you, Jay?
Okay. So let's talk about the very beginning, right? Like we talked about the discovery call. The discovery call is you're gonna tell me your life.
Mm.
You're gonna tell me your financial, your credit, all that stuff. You're gonna tell me everything I need to know. I'm gonna make recommendations for you. And if my program is for you, then I'll let you know. If it's not, that's that. We walk away as friends and respect. But if you decide to move forward, what you need to do is I'll put you into my system, and then we will actually collect your ID because I'm going to need that for identification verification when I start to send letters to the bureaus on your behalf. I need your proof of address because they're going to want to know that you are who you are. It's an identity verification. And then I'll take the last four of your social. Don't ever give anybody your full social and credit repair. They don't need it. So I take your last four of your social, and then I produce first before I ever charge anybody. So I will go and do your full blown credit audit, send that over to you via email, and then I will do your first round of letters and get that prepared for you. Once we get to that point, I will then send you an invoice. Now, my credit repair program is $297 for the enrollment fee, and that's after I do the audit and your first round of letters, and it's $179 a month. For your customers, Kevin, I'm going to knock $50 off that enrollment fee, and I'm going to knock $50 off every single one of those monthly payments. So they're going to save an immense amount of money just by letting me know they came from you. That's straight up off the
Well,
top.
sign me up first. I'm going to be
Right.
your customer. Let's do that first of all. But thank you, Jay. I appreciate that.
Now, here's the gotcha, and I know you're famous, so when other credit repair people see this interview, they're going to copy me. I don't do a one-time monthly payment, $1,500 up front, because let's be honest, what inspires me to work on your file after that? Nothing. I'm money driven. I don't do a all-out monthly payment where you pay me $99 a month for forever, because simply speaking, why would I ever get you off the tip? Why would I ever finish this in 3
Right.
months? I need more money or I'm going to fail. So I'm going to keep you on for at least a year. What we do is we charge you the enrollment fee, and then for the next 6 months, we charge you that 179.
Okay.
In your case, 129. After 6 months, if we haven't gotten you where you need to be, then we dispute on your behalf for another 6 months without charging you another dime. So my money is where my mouth is. I don't want to work for free. I am inspired to
Right.
get this
Yeah, you're a
done
smart
within
man,
6
Jay.
months.
Exactly. You're a smart man. You don't live in fresh air. You're
Right.
a businessman. Exactly.
Right.
That incentive is huge, Jay. Jay,
Yep.
that was beautiful. Honestly, that was just
Mhm.
divine and beautiful. Thank you very much. I've been waiting to interview Jay for a while now, and our schedules and the conflicts, and it's just,
Right.
but this was so well worth it. Jay, sign me up first of all. I need this. I need your help.
We'll talk.
I need to become
We'll definitely talk.
a more accountable person, and I am, and things are really happening for me, and I'm so excited. And you know what
Right.
part of that is. And if you guys want to get a hold of Jay, just at least have a consultation, at least that much. Get
Right.
in the game.
Right.
And then from there, Jay can help you take you down that journey of just helping you become a better person with understanding your credit. I think once you have a good understanding through your knowledge, Jay, because you'll fast track us there, right? This isn't us trying to go through the whole, you already have all the knowledge. You
Right.
take us on the fast track, giving us the understanding, and then you pull the trigger, boom, it's going to happen.
Yep.
Jay, do you have anything else for final words to say to the audience?
Nah, man, I will tell people this, beware of credit repair companies that offer, guarantees, credit repair companies that charge you a whole bunch of money up front. Beware of those people. Oftentimes I get a lot of clients that come from, people who were fly by night credit repair professionals, and they didn't know any better before they went into it, and now they're jaded. Just do your due diligence. If you look me up and look my company up online, 5-star reviews everywhere. If you talk to anybody about me and how I do business, you'll never hear a bad thing. Can't
Badass
guarantee.
Jay
Hey,
Woodfin.
man. Although
Badass.
I can't guarantee results, and there are times when things don't work out quite the way we wanted them to, I'm always honest and truthful. When you look at my reviews, you won't see much about the results. You see a lot about me, the person, and how I operate. And so, for people who are looking for credit repair or help or education, do your due diligence. Whether you do business with me or anybody else, do your due diligence. That's my best advice, man. And I appreciate you giving me the time today.
Thank you. That's why you call the Kredit MD for a reason.
My man.
Jay Woodfin, buddy, do me a favor. It's been fantastic. Thank you for your time. Be blessed. Thank you, my friend.
No doubt. I'll talk to you soon, Kev.